airport.
How do you make the text smaller? I don't know how to spell it.
Where you loaded from? On the left is Chandler's Wharf and Chandler Wharf on the video. They were pretty much the first and last.
Look at the board, pretty.
Now just another second, maybe 10. Captain, we'll do some more blasts. So if you have sensitive ears, go ahead and have them. Today separates the cities of Portland and South Portland. Our sister city straight up behind us, where you can see the Coast Guard station. That large and warehouse within building, along with large green and red channel market buildings out front. And that large ship is what we would call a cutter ship. It's the Marcus Cannon. And as it is the Northern Second New England Coast Guard station, that's all the maintenance on these channel market buildings from Maine down to Massachusetts. Portland's Jetport.
That's a restaurant.
Coming up on our left, we'll see some great sites up our waterfront. Most of these facilities holding lobster festivals. There's actually a restaurant here on this one closest to us. Right next to them is the main stage here. Where you see the Aspen ferry line at 5 decibels. They bring out all the mail, freight, and passengers from mainland to 6 island communities out here today. Now they have been running for over 150 years without missing a single day, making them the oldest continuously run ferry company here in the States. Some of my favorite things about them is that 4 of their vessels are all named after the indigenous tribe right here in Portland, Maine. So there is the Atlas Disco, which is the name for the bay itself, and with a great name dress. There's the McCoy. It's kind of like a delta where the rivers meet the bay. It's in that marshy area. And then there is the Mashdown. That's right on right left. Is there sea? Now, there are only oil and kerosene and gasoline boards. Not over on small Canadian farms, primarily from Canada. And then you go on to the South Point Peninsula. Now, they're not too much busy at the moment. But the land is so up and down, it was not there. As all part of the Ford River up until World War II. Original coastline, being that tree line behind it. And we filled all that land in for the building of 2 emerging shipyards, East and West shipyards of the immediate area. And they were about 4 feet long, and they put the build and put the sinks, brought everything from boats to being boys for that war effort. They made it to Europe, they had done their job, but they made it fast, they had more than succeeded in. It was quite a difficult journey. We only have 2 of them left today. One on the west coast in California and one here on the east coast in Jersey. You're just starting to see the remnants of the breakwater here, right? All those kind of rocky ledge. That was where they drove all that land up to in the early 1940s. We got a 1,000-foot breakwater out here to prevent winter storm waves from crashing into the docks. And of course, we didn't have to mark the end of it and moved up here. Yesterday for the 4th slide, we had a point of 2 kites out there. I see everything from a dragon down to a jellyfish. Off to our right in that tree line, you see the gray hull of a ship. Looking like it's under construction. That is actually a scale model of one of those British ship bows. And it's a memorial to these 33,000 men and women that work 24/7. Closest northern port, it has naturally deep water, was heavily fortified, and does not freeze over during the winter months. We will be starting point for a 236-mile pipeline. We connect to South Portland to Montreal, Canada, where we can set up their crude oil to their refinery. great today. It's also changed heights, times over just about 4 or 5 times. They stand at 80 feet tall on land or 101 feet above sea level. And it has been automated. It flashes every 4 seconds continuously. And on a clear evening, you can see 25 miles out to the open ocean. Now, this is the North Atlantic behind us today. And if you went all the way across, the closest lane is getting another 3,500 miles across. There's 70 to 40.
Hello.
What headlight was definitely the best place to the south and get some PAC out of the north. We're burned down not once, but twice. The first time was in 1888. Well, I decided he's going to go to grander than before, and he sold off lots of the back island to raise the funds to do so. He built that hotel, out here all year round, so it's a long trip. It's only out here for 6 months. Otherwise, it would be considered island. But still technically in effect there. Now, one of the families that came out here bought some land off Christian in the early 1900s. Charles M. Hayes, and he was probably one of the top 5 wealthiest men of his time on the Grand Trunk Railroad. He was going to Montreal, Canada, and down to New York. And he came out here for his time, the RMS Titanic. Now, Mr. Hayes did not survive another ship, but his wife and daughter did, as he was last time in children aboard lifeboats. And they didn't just come out here in the summer at their cottage, and stayed very long ever since. They shared right around 100 of the direct descendants. It's becoming the month of May to October. Now, the book, food, music, wine, and we're taking up money from the mandatory tour around what a few of those homes for sale. And it's worked so well that we all sold in the first 30 days. Now look back island is also a summer only island. It's not a private island. You can come out here on the ferry boat that will be walking
It's a pier. Wow.
It is the biggest jump at low tide, high tide. Level of the Osprey nest on this lifeboat to the left once they come into a landing. Osprey converts, so if you make the light, there's such expert fishing artists that do not supplement their diet in land. They slowly hunt the fish here. One of the reasons they have such hate for the bald eagles is because bald eagles are very entrepreneurs. They will steal the fish from Osprey any chance they get. They do not like each other at all. We have a little bonus light tower coming out on the night. Staying at 6 feet tall, in the Caspian line colors, is little purple line. Now it does sit on a navigation point called Vessel. But it is not today that it is aid to navigation by the coast, but it is considered that by most sailors. And it has been so well lit over its history. The owners of the different lines. Personally, I like to call it the guide to lost white head, that is their flag. That's their young. You see that brown body that
This is pumpkin knob.
If you don't get those white feathers until about anywhere from 3 to 7 minutes, the average would be about 5.5 to 3 months for it to change color. organization called the Wickle. They've got kids all over the state in the marine sciences, orienteering, hiking, leadership skills, camping, even zip on the island. There's an obstacle course for the kids, rope course. The paintball is in many responsibilities. And quite a while ago, we heard a story about a bride that had been right down her altar on her wedding. It wasn't just a story until about 4 years ago, her father was happened to be aboard one of our partners. Heard the story and had the photograph and everything to correct.
Look how close they are.
You shouldn't be going that close.
At least they don't bring any coffee. Most starfish coming during the fall time, late August and August.
Look at the marina over there. All kinds of boats.